is 7 o'clock on Channel 7, and we are cruising. It is hot rides, hot rods, and great times. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the biggest car party in the world. 16 miles of Woodward Avenue bumper to bumper with classic cruisers. And tonight, we're going to bring you all, and we mean all, the action from the 6th annual Woodward Dream Cruise. I'm Guy Gordon, here once again with my friend Joanne Purton, and a guy she knows fairly well from WOMC, her older brother Dick Purton. And good evening to you, sir.
Hi, Joanne.
Hey.
Nice to see you again. How have you been the last year?
I've been doing great. Thanks.
Good, very good.
We'll catch up later.
Oh, good, wonderful.
You notice who's in the driver's seat of our, 54 Bel Air, don't you?
Oh, him, of course.
You're right, I am.
Dad never gives up the keys.
No,
Still
he
you
doesn't.
let me drive this show once, finally?
Yeah.
What do you know?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Tonight's your night, hey? Hey, what a great night tonight is, too. A little
Perfect.
bit cool, but you know what? I don't think anyone's complaining. We may
Perfect.
be getting a little chilly, but the cars aren't overheating. The crowd's not overheating. Abundant sunshine today. It has just been a beautiful day up and down Woodward Avenue for this one-of-a-kind Dream Cruise.
The only guys complaining are the tow truck operators that cruise up and down trying to hook up the guys who have overheated.
Yeah, that's true.
No business tonight.
No,
No.
they're going by
No.
with empty hooks, and that's good for everybody else.
And what a crowd. You've seen it firsthand a lot today.
Well, I was cruising up and down, and between, I think, 11 and 12, a woman in a pink Cadillac convertible in front of us yelled back, "Hey, Dick, how many people do you think are here?" Now, what do I know? So I said, I don't know. I said, how about you? How many? She said, 1.4 million. So I'm going to go with that.
Well,
Is that
I like
okay?
that.
I can't think of a more expert or
I
official
thought
source
so,
than
too.
that.
We'll make it official.
All right.
Not bad. Hey, tonight, in addition to all of the cars and the cruising, we do have 7 lucky folks standing by who will each get a chance to win $1 million at Arby's Roll Away with a Million contest.
But right now, we've got crews and cameras from one end of this legendary strip to the other, starting with Sandy Heng, who's doing some cruising of her own, and I think she is in the finest automobile we have seen yet. Sandy?
We're having a blast. We're right on Woodward right now. We are in this tropical turquoise 57 Bel Air. It is beautiful. Here, Greg Carr, one of our technical guys making it happen. He's running the microwave signal. Of course, Rick is behind the wheel. He's piloting, and this is a technological marvel, basically, because we are microwaving, beaming a shot up to Chopper 7 way up in the air. We're sending it back to Broadcast House, making this all happen. And throughout the night, we're going to be saying hi to all the folks along Woodward Avenue having fun. Now, I don't have quite as many clothes changes as Mary Conway. Mary, you have that poodle skirt on you always like to wear. You got a new one?
You bet. We've got another one, a rock and roll record. You know, this really is all about cars, and we have the Silver Bullet here. We also have the Silver Bullet 2. Harold Sullivan, who owns the Silver Bullet, which is really the car that started it all. That's the one that was supposedly never beaten on Woodward. It is the king of Woodward. This is an exact duplicate. He uses this as a race car. But if you want to see the Silver Bullet again, this is a 426 Hemi. They say it was never beaten. We have a lot to show you, a lot more people to see. But first, let's check in with Frank and Kim in Birmingham.
Well, thanks, Mary, and we are really cruising Woodward in style in Birmingham on North Woodward with Chevy and in a Chevy. Kim, what kind?
This is a 1957 all-original Chevy convertible, and it is beautiful. And Frank, do you know who sat in that driver's seat?
Who?
Della Reese in
Wow.
Touched by an Angel.
Right here where I'm sitting.
Right where you're sitting. She drove a little faster than you just did, but that's okay. That's a woman.
She was touched by an angel.
That's a
Right
woman
now.
That's a woman driver for you. That's why I'm not in the driver's seat. We're gonna have tons of cool cars and fun things to do here in Birmingham. Let's go now to Val and Dave.
Hey there, everybody. Just feast your eyes, first of all, on this beautiful 1967 Impala. Well, it is just one of thousands of cars making the loop right here in downtown Pontiac for the 3rd year in a row, Dave.
That's right, the 3rd year, my first year. I'm excited. You know, I've seen a lot of gorgeous cars, but so far, it's all been about, I think, horsepower around here. It's going to be a pretty good night, a gorgeous night weather-wise. I'll take credit for that. We're talking more from Pontiac coming up in just a bit. We'll be back with some more action. Hang on. Guy?
All right, thank you, Dave and Val. Now, most of our reporters have been out all day long covering some of the great family events going on in the 7 communities along Woodward that sponsor this cruise, and it really is a family event. That's what makes it great, and they will be showing us all of this from the car show in Ferndale to the kiddie cruise in Huntington Woods. But in talking to our reporters about their car memories, their car experiences, the first cars they owned, we found a recurring theme. It seems that Well, a lot of them have questionable driving records. I mean, not that you wouldn't want to ride in the passenger seat with them, but you wouldn't want to be their insurance agent. And we'll be examining the records of some of these people a little bit later on.
Do we count in that? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a reason my premiums are what they are.
Yeah,
Not
exactly.
me.
No, not you, Dad.
No,
I'm
mate,
sure.
not me.
Hey, a quick reminder.
Thought I was your brother.
Yeah, oh, that's right. I'm sorry, brother. Great brother.
Well, Big Daddy. You know, it's
either way.
It's a slang term.
Yeah.
You're going to want to stay tuned as well after our cruise coverage tonight for a special presentation of the 1976 movie classic King Kong. And to get you in the mood, we've got a little bit of trivia from the 1933 edition that inspired the legend. A number of scenes were deleted from the movie before it was released, most notably Kong crunching villagers between his teeth and under his big feet. Producers thought that might not make the big ape a very sympathetic character. Also left on the cutting room floor, a scene that producers considered too provocative. The big guy undressing Fay Ray.
Whoa.
Wouldn't that be a G rating today, the way it goes
yeah, that's
today,
a piece of cake
sadly?
today.
Would they even think about cutting it today?
Yeah, I don't think
so. Don't go away. We will be right back with much, much more from the Woodward Dream Cruise. Please stay with us.
Yes, I'm gonna be a star. Baby, you can drive my car, and baby, I love you.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by Arby's and your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
But I can show you a better time. Baby, you can drive my car.
And now, from studio number 7, it's Arby's Roll Away with $1 Million contest.
Hi, my name is Mike Ashby, and I'm from Arby's, and tonight's first contestant is Sandy LaRue from Livonia. Sandy's getting ready to roll away with $1 million. Sandy, good luck. Too bad, but remember, everybody wins a weekend at the Traverse Bay Casino Resort. Our next contestant is Gary Shearer from White Lake. Gary, here's the dice, and good luck.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Will there be an Arby's roll away with $1 million winner? We'll be back later to find out.
A taste bud is a terrible thing to waste. That's why Arby's created the new Barbecue Bacon Club. Sizzling thick-cut pepper bacon. And 2 mouth-watering sauces. Authentic barbecue sauce and zesty Western sauce. You're a grown-up. You have thousands of taste buds, and you want them all fully employed. Arby's new Barbecue Bacon Club. Just what it takes to satisfy your grown-up tastes.
Celebrate all of life's little adventures with style, not to mention with big savings. The Ford Authorized Clearance. It's easy to get into a Ford Explorer. It's America's #1 seller. And with deals like this, it's never been easier. The Ford Authorized Clearance at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Current lessees can lease an Explorer XLS 4x4 for only $175 a month with $33.02 due at signing.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
Go ahead. Fill him up until he bursts. You need Jet Dry. If you only use detergent, you're only doing half the job. Plus, 1 Jet Dry bottle lasts 30 loads. Hey, look at that, huh? No spots, no film.
Jet Dry, once a month for sparkling dishes.
Yesterday, finding anything at a home improvement store meant searching for hours, getting dirty, and lost. People accepted this. Today, there's Lowe's, and there's order in the world. The 3/4-inch bolts are where it says 3/4-inch bolts. Plumbing? Well, that's in plumbing. Just look for the signs, and you can read them with aisles so bright you can even tell almond from ivory. Lowe's, improving home improvement. Lowe's is now open in Westland.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
Welcome back to the 2000 Woodward Dream Cruise, and we've got a great spot here on Woodward. There you see just some of the friends that are, I guess you could say that they're in our back seat here. They're just right off the edge of the Channel 7 stage. And we are next to Dugan's. Dugan's restaurant, home of the Big Chief Burger, a cruising staple. I mean, you need gasoline for fuel, but personal fuel, you got to have the Big Chief.
I think those folks are intoxicated on Big Chief sauce.
Which is very special sauce.
Yes, it is. It's very smooth because it's loaded with cholesterol.
Oh, that's right.
That makes it good.
Didn't we count fat grams last year? I think of one of those Big Chief.
Did.
We won't go there
couldn't
this year,
count
though.
fat grams. That's how many there were.
I know. Anyway, the guys from the my morning show on WOMC have been testing its universal appeal. I mean the Big Chief sauce from Dugan's, and they'll be here a little later. But right now, folks, let's go up in the air with Captain Dennis. Let's see what's going on, Captain.
Oh, Dick, it's nice to see this from the air every year. It's been a ball, and that's the same thing we're seeing this year. 4 years ago tonight, a camera operator, Brian Smith's daughter, was born. So every year we celebrate her birthday at the Woodward Avenue Dream Cruise, and this is the biggest one we've ever seen, the biggest backup on northbound Woodward that I'll probably ever see here, even in the worst rush hours that we have. 8 Mile all the way to 14 Mile, solid cars, all lanes of northbound Woodward, and southbound from Cranbrook South to about 13 Mile, and every car that you can imagine is down here, and all the people on both sides of the road are having a ball too, waving to the cars as they go by. We can see smoke in the distance in some places, and maybe the tires. It's probably the barbecues. Live from Chopper 7 over Woodward Avenue, Dennis Newbacher reporting. Guy, this is the greatest time of all, isn't it?
It really is, Dennis, and if the police have anything to say about it, it'll be just the barbecues that are smoking around here this evening. One of the things that we look forward to every year, and there are many things, because this is really a nostalgia trip. It's a trip down memory lane, and who better to get us started fashion-wise than our own Mary Conway, the princess of poodle skirts. Good evening again, Mary.
This year we're going with rock and roll in Dick Purton's honor. We know that he loves the classic music, and we always try to go with a classic outfit, and we know we dared him to wear a poodle skirt this year. I'm sure we'll hear a little bit about that. But first, I want to show you this absolutely pristine vehicle. This is so gorgeous. This is a 1955 Chrysler Hemi. It's the 300 Hemi C. This is the car everybody talks about. Daimler Chrysler asked him to bring this car up from Akron, Ohio. It is so beautiful, and it was featured at their special party last night. But this is the original 300 Hemi C. In fact, this year they debuted a concept car at the auto show. They're talking about bringing back this vehicle, but this is one of those that you hardly ever see. It is all original except the tires. It still even has the original spark plugs. It is an amazing vehicle, probably valued at upwards of $150,000. Now, all the vehicles that are out here, some of them had to be restored, and we met one of the men that has restored vehicles from all over the country. Meet him now.
If you've ever been in an old car and you've opened up a door and you've got that smell of old car, I got it stuck in me and I can't get it out.
Owners from all over the country bring their classic cars to Ed, and he gets them humming like they did when they first rolled off the assembly line. For Ed, it's all about adapting. This part for that engine or this tool for that job. It's been that way ever since he was stricken with polio as a small child.
The polio made it difficult for Ed to participate in other kid-like activities, and he said that's when he became fascinated with anything that had a gasoline engine.
I couldn't ride a bicycle. I couldn't do all the other things kids could do. So I figured out how to make lawnmowers do 50 miles an hour. I used to take push carts, the old rope push carts, and I used to take them and mount motors on the back of them, and I'd drive them around.
Let's roll!
Wheels. They gave him freedom, they became his passion, and ultimately created his livelihood. The challenge for Ed was to make his shop suit his needs.
On the creeper, crutches out of the way so I don't run them over.
And though it hasn't always been easy, Ed will tell you he's faster on wheels than most people are on their feet.
My toolbox is arranged so that if I'm on the creeper and it's up high so I don't have to stand back up, and it makes it faster for me. I know exactly where every wrench is laid in the toolbox. The wrenches, let's see. First wrench I'm gonna need is right here, half-inch wrench. This shop is set up so that I can be in here and I don't need anybody else in here to help me. If I can't do it by myself, then I figure out a way to make it work.
And making it work has been the key to his success. The young boy who grew up tinkering in his dad's repair shop, who at the age of 17 had a tough time finding someone to hire a mechanic on crutches, now has a business so busy he can hardly keep up with the demand.
I've had letters sent to me from clients that the car never ran so good and you did a great job and we'll tell our friends, and I call them back and say, please don't tell any more friends. I don't have any more room.
And believe me, he does beautiful work. This vehicle, built in 1955, only has 11,000 miles on it, and they're all original. So now back to you, Guy, Joanne, and Dick, but you can see I have a beautiful ride.
You do.
Yes, you
indeed.
do.
Yeah.
That looks like the ones that were in the TV commercials when they originally brought out the new 300.
Yeah, right.
They make you drool.
Yeah, that's right. They're running that recently. I think that's good. By the way, I was at the Ford party last night in Birmingham and with James Darren and Connie Stevens. Did you know that James Darren's son is Jim Murray on CNN?
Yes.
Oh,
Hard to
didn't
believe when
know.
you see James Darren. He looks like he's 14 years old himself.
Right.
Anyway, I was talking to Edsel Ford after the party, or during the party, pardon me. He said they think they raised about $400,000 last night for the Children's Coalition.
Isn't that great?
Great party. Next year, folks might consider going to it.
Yeah.
They've sold out anyway.
And people forget that this event was started as a means of funding children's charities.
Yeah,
And,
and that's an
so it's a
important
great
part of
thing.
it. Speaking of Birmingham, by the way, let's go to Birmingham because Frank Turner, Kim Adams, they're there cruising along. Hey, guys, what you up to?
It doesn't mean you actually do it. But as you know, the Woodward Dream Cruise has a way of bringing a
Oh, they were talking. We just couldn't hear
Yeah,
them.
there's a little technical bug there we'll take care of. Let's go over to Val and Dave. They are in Pontiac, the city that's named after an automobile.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we have had hundreds and hundreds of Pontiac. The GTO Club is here, as a matter of fact, but I am standing in front of a gorgeous, gorgeous pearl red 75 Chevy Corvette, and I want to say thanks to Chuck and Judy Jenks that actually let me touch it. You notice I don't have the keys. I'm not inside, but it is an absolutely gorgeous car. It is all about the cars, of course, but that's beginning to change. As a matter of fact, as Val is going to tell us, it's not just about the cars anymore. There's a lot more going on, Val.
Well, Dave, I think it's really safe to say that right now just about all of northern Woodward is cruising country. But you know, half dozen communities that this wonderful event go through, well, they actually take the opportunity to turn it into a happening for their residents and visitors alike.
While the big kids cruised up and down Woodward and Huntington Woods, the small set took to the track, specially created for their mini dream cruise.
Ready, set, go!
They had help maneuvering, including pit stops for gas and goodies to keep them going. Parents love the idea of passing down the tradition.
I'd like to get them involved in cruising so that when they become my age, they're even further progressed in the sport than I am.
What kind of cars do you like?
Convertible, Volkswagen, and buggies and minivans.
But leave it to a veteran classic car owner and illustrator to close the generation gap.
I think it's great. I've worked every one of them and love it. Just love it. It's fun. It just keeps me young.
Down the road in Pleasant Ridge, among the dozens of gorgeous vintage vehicles on display, we found two labors of love, both built by their proud owners.
When I got it, the body was pretty rough. There was no front end on it, no engine trans. I built the thing, so the only thing I didn't do, I didn't paint it.
This paint job is awesome.
Yep. And I picked those colors. My wife didn't.
I said, we now know more, and I know more about cars than I thought I ever would.
And each other?
Yes, I would say so. We did well, though, didn't we?
We always do well.
The car's almost done, and we're still smiling.
Cruising may be king, but wheels weren't the only things turning. These swing dancers got their motors running, too.
And you know what I really noticed so much today, every town I went in, more and more, Dave, we're seeing so many families, and the kids are just having a ball. They're starting them early.
Oh, absolutely. You got to, and they're going to stick with it, I'm sure. We'll be back with Pontiac with more in a few minutes, but now we don't take it back to Frank and Kim.
All right, well, first of all, you guys, I got to teach Kim that go play in traffic is just an expression, apparently.
You told me to. You
that.
also told me to wear 50s clothing, and you were going to do it, too.
That is
And
a
look
great
what
poodle
happened
skirt,
with
by
that.
the way.
Thank you very much.
You know, the Dream Cruise has a way of bringing communities to life. Birmingham is no different. All the great people, lots of great cars. And, Kim, there's a lot of other fabulous things happening here.
That's right. We've been down here all day long since 10 o'clock this morning, and Birmingham has just had 1,000 cars down here by these wonderful owners who really baby their cars and take good care of them. Take a look at this. Beautiful cars down here today. We had Chevy. We also had Ford out here as well in Shane Park. There's lots of activities for the kids going on, and actually they raffled off a 56 56 T-Bird. Gene Holiday won it, and Connie Stevens and James Darren actually left a voice message on their answer machine letting her know that she won that 56 T-Bird. Frank, come over here. You need a little fashion lesson from these girls down here. What happened? You got the memo. You knew you were supposed to do it. What happened?
Everybody who loves their poodle skirts.
Everybody! Yay!
Everybody who's glad that I'm not wearing one.
Yay!
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys, Joanne.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, we're clapping back here, too, that Frank's not wearing one.
Absolutely. We don't want any fashion police stopping them on Woodward.
Mary said earlier you were challenged to wear one.
I was. Last night in Berkeley, they made me the Grand Marshal of their parade on 12 Mile, and, and the Director of Public Safety had a poodle skirt for me.
Oh.
Well, I put it on, but I sat in the car. They couldn't see it. I was just, you know, up here.
We'll save that for later in the show.
Yeah.
Don't go away. When we come back, maybe, and we'll meet the man behind some of the most successful racing teams in the country. You're going to find out how he's creating the muscle cars of tomorrow. We're back in a moment.
Mustang Sally. I think waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising. We love to see you smile.
When you see some of the outrageous values here at McDonald's, you just won't be able to hide your smile.
Stop on by McDonald's for outrageous value days. Every Wednesday, our juicy hamburgers are just 39 cents each. And every Sunday, our delicious cheeseburgers are just 49 cents each. They're outrageous values on 2 outrageously great tastes.
We love to see you smile.
Hamburgers 39 cents every Wednesday, cheeseburgers 49 cents every Sunday.
Look inside almost any automobile in the world, and you'll find Eaton Innovation. Eaton is a leader in helping make cars safer, more fuel efficient, comfortable, and fun to drive. It's Eaton, or it's obsolete.
Get ready for some high-octane family fun during the incredible summer of racing at Spirit of Ford. Take the Pit Stop Challenge with Dale Jarrett's number 88 Taurus. Compete with slot cars and GameWorks video racing games. Your adrenaline will pump as you feel the speed in the new iWorks simulation film, Super Speedway The Ride. And get nose-to-nose with real race cars. Summer of racing is in full gear now at Spirit of Ford on Village Road in Dearborn, across from Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village. Open daily 9 to 5.
Moms know calcium helps build strong bones, but did you know it helps build strong minds, too? Neurons in your brain need calcium to transmit signals. Without it, they can be, well, a little slow. Let's see what happens when you give them soft, delicious Wonder Bread, a good source of calcium with vitamins and minerals.
Missy, go do your homework.
Let's go, guys. Time to do homework.
I've never seen anything like it. Calcium helps you remember things, too. So remember, Wonder helps build strong bodies and minds.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
Riding along in my automobile. My baby beside me at the wheel. I stole a kiss
Fields at the Woodward
of
Dream Cruise. Welcome back. Now, you know this event grows every year. Cars started cruising as early as, actually, it was Tuesday night that Woodward really started to fill up. Estimates of today's crowd in the neighborhood of 1.5 million, even though it's very difficult to try to estimate that. 30,000 vehicles up and down memory lane here. And this year, as in the past, the cruise is even drawing people internationally. Right. We're going to meet a couple from Australia that are going to be with Val and Dave a little bit later on.
Well, believe it or not, in the last 2 weeks, the Woodward Dream Cruise website has had 540,000 hits. Can you believe that? 540,000 in the last 2 weeks alone. They have a guest book. In other words, every hit goes into what they call a guest book. Here are just some of the messages. I made the trip from Australia last year. Problem in the McDonald's drive-thru, though, with the steering wheel on the wrong side. I'd have to yell out my orders. I'm from Germany, and I'll be at the Woodward Dream Cruise 2000. I really look forward to fun stuff. Also got my photo and video camera ready. My husband, another one, will be leaving from Tennessee in a couple of days for our 3rd cruise. Just being with good friends and having fun. Totem pole, great food, feeling free, and being safe. Good point.
And it has been safe.
Yeah, very much so. I now live in South Carolina. I've come back for the Dream Cruise the last couple of years. I drive up from Virginia in my '68 Chevy convertible. I've been to the car shows all over the country. This is a good one, I think, and I've never seen anything like this. What I like the most is that the dream cars are actually being driven. That's what they were built for.
Absolutely.
And that's what
you're preserving heritage in the process.
Yeah.
Let's go over to Joanne. She has a special guest with us this evening.
Yeah, special guest. Look at it. Red, black, big. Look at this beautiful car here. This is a Mustang. You know, you look up and down Woodward Avenue all 16 miles, and you see so many Mustangs that make your head spin, I'm telling you. And this is a gorgeous one here, 1966. I had the opportunity this week to talk to a Mustang enthusiast. Mustang owners, they're passionate about their vehicles, and this guy is really passionate. Take a look.
When you put your foot in it and you hear the exhaust and you feel the car move forward, it's just a wonderful feeling.
To say Austin Craig is passionate about Mustangs, well, it's a bit of an understatement.
Mustang's all about small block power. When you put it down and hammer it, good things happen.
Speed and the adrenaline rush that follows. He's owned 22 Mustangs over the years, but it's this, a restored 68, that's his latest pride and joy. What have you done to this thing?
Everything from the tail lights right to the front driving lights. The car is totally new.
It was what, a shell, really?
It was a shell sitting in a field in southeast Missouri a year ago.
In fact, here's what it looked like. The story from shell to beauty is chronicled in Mustangs and Ford magazine. It's a resto mod, a restored 1968 body with modern features, including a 345 horsepower engine that'll get you from 0 to 60 miles per hour in less than 5 seconds. How fast can this thing go?
150 miles an hour.
Wow. You ever gotten it going that fast?
No, not yet.
He plans to on a track before too long. Take a look around his den and you'll see evidence his love affair with Mustangs began way back in 1967. Pictures chronicle the car's early history and, oh yes, his history with the car. A wide-eyed young man watching Jerry Titus win the Trans Am Series event in a Shelby Mustang. It was then he was bitten by the Mustang bug.
If I didn't have a Mustang, I'd feel like I didn't have a car. I've never seen a vehicle that gives you more fun per mile than a Mustang does. Mustang's all about fun and having a good time. And if you can't have a good time, there's no sense being around.
That's what the Dream Cruise is all about, having a great time, too. Austin says there that the Dream Cruise is the embodiment of everything good about the city of Detroit, and that's for sure. Let's go out to Sandy Hang. She is having fun cruising Woodward Avenue. Sandy, take it away.
We're cruising in a Chevy here. It's beautiful, but there's a lot of Ford people out here. Like, hey, you guys, we spotted you. Tell us about your beauty here.
I got a 72 Mustang convertible. I bought it in Dallas, and love Fords.
Hey, you know who Jack Roush is?
Oh, yeah. I've actually worked in the Roush garage in L.A. before.
Well, Jack Roush, famous NASCAR racer, is now building the muscle car of the future.
And this is just like the car you used to race on Telegraph.
Yep. Yep. Woodward Avenue or on Telegraph Road, some areas of Michigan Avenue, from traffic light to traffic light was a contest.
Back then, Jack Roush had this 289 high-performance Mustang engine mounted in a 60 Falcon.
I'd go out on a Friday night or on a Saturday night and maybe go down on North Line or Telegraph or up on Woodward, and you'd wind up at a Dailies or whatever after you'd had a contest, and people would want to know what was under the hood of that thing. And you'd raise the hood. There were times when I'd sold the engine on the spot.
And so Roush Racing was born, a mini empire that spans 50 buildings and employs 1,700 people. Jack's business designs and tests products for GM, Daimler, Chrysler, and Ford. His passion is racing. He owns 5 NASCAR teams, and he's a sports racing legend with multiple wins at the 24 Hours of Daytona.
The good old days for me are now.
Jack is launching the muscle car of the future. Besides the usual Roush modifications on the side skirts and the front fascias, for the first time, a Roush Mustang will come with a Roush power plant.
You would like bullet-type Steve McQueen cars that will be supercharged and have an extraordinary level of performance.
So Jack Roush has come full circle, from the street to the track and back.
a good time to remind people that the tire burnouts and the fast starts are great if you own a race team and can do them in a protected and confined space, but not on Woodward Avenue tonight or any night.
Yeah, the police are calling zero tolerance, how they are addressing that issue for us. We'll be back in just a moment. You know, they always make this a fun family event that everybody can enjoy. We're going to show you some of the activities. And we've got the WOMC gang standing by. They're going to get into some cruising cuisine. Emeril Lagasse, eat your heart out. We'll be back in a moment.
Hey, baby, it's understood.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by Lowe's and Murray's Discount Auto Stores.
Baby, you can drive my car.
DeWalt's latest, it's a 24-volt drill and hammer drill that can put a serious hole in a chunk of concrete. Throw in the adapter, and it'll do it all day long. This'll be the happiest Father's Day ever. I love these tools.
So where do you get them? At Lowe's, where all the cool tools are at a guaranteed low price. Why buy anywhere else? Lowe's, improving home improvement. Lowe's is now open in Howell.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
Look inside almost any automobile in the world, and you'll find Eaton innovation. Eaton is a leader in helping make cars safer, more fuel efficient, comfortable, and fun to drive. It's Eaton, or it's obsolete.
As your United States Senator, I'm going to fight on your side. I want to fight for the seniors and the families in Michigan.
Debbie Stabenow is on our side, standing up to the drug companies with a voluntary Medicare prescription program and savings on every prescription. Spence Abraham supports private drug insurance, backed by drug companies who have contributed over $100,000 to his campaign. Abraham's private insurance forces seniors to pay over $1,200 before his plan pays a dime.
I don't know, because I wasn't even born yet. I was only one or I wasn't born. Mom, did we forget the millennium? Our planes fell through.
Time's running out. Don't miss the Walt Disney World Millennium Celebration.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
Welcome back to the Woodward Dream Cruise. I think the ultimate cruising machine is that which would render stoplights meaningless. Chopper 7 is just the ideal cruising machine. Captain Dennis Dubacher, what's going on?
Love to have you along is what I'd like to do, Guy. This would be fun from up here to do your show, to watch the cruisers go by. We see them for miles. So from our vantage point now, which is right around, about 12, 11 miles, you can see Shrine of Little Flower below us here, Woodward Avenue. And you can see that this is kind of an open stretch of road here. This is really the only one from about 13 miles south to 696. Other than that, it's bumper to bumper from 8 mile, 9 mile north to about 14 mile and southbound from Cranbrook down to 13 mile. The headlights are beginning to come on most of the cars now too, as it gets a little bit darker, and that's kind of neat to see too in the distance. So you can see all the different colored cars and see all the people waving and having a great time. Again, you're trying to go to Beaumont Hospital for some reason, and that's a concern for some folks. You'd want to access it along Coolidge Highway from I-696. Guy, I see some smoke in the distance. I'm going to check that out, see if that's a barbecue.
You can bet it is, because let's face it, part of the cruising tradition is that in most cases when you were cruising, you were going to cruise to a diner to meet some girls or some guys. Every year we talk about the cars and the crowd, but cruising cuisine is important too. And right now Dick Burton and his Morning Pals are trying to make some culinary improvements to some of Detroit's favorite foods. Dick. Big Al, Doc.
Right, Guy. Listen, back in those days, you know, food was so important when cruising. In fact, I wonder if Dennis from the helicopter can see the antacid on the front seats of the cruisers now. Because some of these guys have gotten older. In fact, all of us have. This is where the professional eaters come in. Yeah. Food was every bit as important as cruising. It was part and parcel with it. I have brought in here today from my morning show on WOMC, Big Al Muscovito and Dr. Mark Andrews. They are professional eaters. So,
well, a lot of people used to cruise Woodward. We used to eat our way up and down through Woodward.
Sure.
And first off, we have some fish like they had at Susie Q.
Right.
Al, how did you like those?
Well, you know what? I liked it, but
everything works better with Big Chief sauce. That's some of the things I've picked up cruising up and down Woodward. So what you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, at home is just dab a little bit of the Big Chief sauce on. Then your Suzy Q is delicious. You go. Oh, you ever had that taste like this, Don? Give this a try.
No. Dick, how about you?
No, I'm going to pass.
All right, okay, I can understand. To each his own.
All right.
What do you got on your neck, Doc?
Of course, Coney Islands are a mainstay in Detroit. We have the Lafayette and American Coney Island, downtown National Coney Island, around the metro area.
Sure.
You know, but they get a little messy.
They do.
They have chili, mustard, onions, the hot dog itself.
Yeah.
And what about you?
Me, a little nice staple. It brings the hot dog alive.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Since this is, I think, a 1957 hot dog.
Almost like mustard, but not mustard.
Almost like mustard. This is not as bad.
So the Big Chief sauce on the hot dog, Coney Island. Okay.
No, Dick?
No, I'll pass.
No.
Yes, thanks very much, though, Al.
But now, finally, you might not know this, but the ice cream soda was invented in Detroit by James Verners.
Really?
But the malts that they served at Ted's and the Wigwam and the Totem Pole were fabulous. And we have an exact one of those. Al?
Yeah.
This is perfect all by itself.
I think so.
Perfect, maybe. The consistency is a little thin. What you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is
thicken it up.
You get the Big Chief sauce in there.
I see.
What you do, I would allow more time for it to settle.
Yeah, sure. But you
But
don't
then
have the time.
what you want to do, and this is great. Oh, it brings everything down, Doc.
No, thanks.
No, El Paso.
You might see this on the Food Channel one day. What do you think, the Food Channel?
I doubt if it'll be on the Food Channel, but I'm quite sure it'll be on the Animal Planet channel.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
We can watch a gazelle eat this stuff.
Right. A Guy, back to you.
All right, thank you, guys. Got sauce? This is really where the Big Chief sauce belongs, is on your lip or on the Big Chief burger. There's nothing better than that. Now, the Big Chief burgers with the totem pole, Suzy Q's, Ted's Drive-In, they're great memories. They're all part of growing up for Dennis and Patty. These are two lovebirds that rediscovered their affection, all because of this event. Eric Smith with a very special story.
It's our cruise car.
How many cruises has she done now?
To borrow a phrase, there are a million stories in the Woodward Dream Cruise. This is just one of them. A love story that begins with an awkward dance in the 8th grade, endured half a lifetime of separation, and finally culminated in a storybook reunion over 40 years later. This is the story of a little girl named Patty O'Connor and a red-haired boy named Denny Flynn, who grew up together in a Royal Oak neighborhood, fell in love when they danced the night away in junior high.
The 8th grade
Graduation dance.
graduation dance, I was too shy to ask her. And by the time I did ask her, she already had a date. So I went to the dance without a date and danced every dance with her, and her date got mad and left, so I got to take her home.
Patty and Denny dated all through high school, but in 1961, Denny joined the Navy. They thought about getting married, decided to wait, but then, as always, time and distance took their toll on the two young lives.
I got out in October of '62, the day of the Cuban Missile Crisis. And I came back. I stayed in California about 6 months, and I came back and I asked somebody about Patty, and they said, oh, she's engaged. And I thought, oh, darn. And we both got on with our lives. Well, it turned
Patty eventually married someone else, and so did Denny, who moved west to Colorado. Time passed, two lives were lived without contact, and both their marriages ultimately floundered. While he was out west, Denny found his dream car in Colorado Springs, a '71 Chevy SS. So he carefully restored it, and then in 1996, he drove it back to Royal Oak to visit with his parents. That was, of course, the year of the first annual Woodward Dream Cruise. Little did Denny know along Woodward Avenue that day that fate was about to get his motor really running.
The guy saw the Colorado tags, and he says, you came all the way from Colorado for this cruise? I said, well, I grew up here and went to school here and everything. And I don't know what made me say it. I says, and while I'm here, I always check on an old girlfriend. And he says, what's your name? I says, Denny Flynn. He goes, Harry Spratt. We went to school together. His wife perks up, and she says, and I'm Mary Beth Connell, and I was one of your sister's best friends. And being a woman, she says, well, who's this gal you were talking about? And I said, well, I don't know what her married name is, but I says her maiden name was Patty O'Connor. She goes, oh, she got a divorce 2 years ago and lives out in Woodmore Lake.
It didn't take long. In fact, it was just a few heartbeats later that Patty and Denny had a date for dinner. The childhood sweethearts would meet again in the glow of a warm August sunset at Wampler's Lake.
While we were eating dinner, I said, Patty, I've got something to show you. And I pulled out my wallet, and I had laminated her high school picture. And I carried it in my wallet all those years.
Had you guys talked about marriage at that point?
Oh, yeah. That was sort of like a foregone
I just
conclusion.
knew. I think I knew that night at Wampler's Lake.
Yeah.
The sun was setting behind her, and I had the harpoon right through me, you know. And I got back here, and I said, now, I asked you in '61 to marry me. Have you made up your mind yet?
After the wedding vows were finally exchanged, you know they drove off in the red Chevy. And yes, the 71 SS will be in the Woodward Cruise this year, next year, and the year after, because this is, after all, a fairy tale. The tale of the Snow White of St. Mary's School and her Prince Charming, who arrived one day in that shiny Chevrolet. And you just have to believe they'll live happily ever after.
Here's the magical car now, and you know what? I'm lucky enough to be standing next to the magical couple as well, Patty and Denny. It's so great to have you guys here. First question I want to ask you, what did you think when you saw that he had your picture laminated and had it for 40 years?
I couldn't believe it. It absolutely blew me away that he still had the same picture.
Isn't that amazing? Hey, talk to us. You knew it was true love the second time around because of something he did. Tell us what it was.
Oh, I had to go to the store one afternoon, and I walked out in the driveway, and I said, you need to move your car because I've got to go to the grocery store. And he just handed me the keys to this car.
I love it.
And he said, here, take my car. And I said, you're sure? You're absolutely sure about this? And he said, yeah, it's just a car.
Oh, no, you had not said that to anyone else before, Denny, had
Never.
you? Never.
Never let anybody drive my car. And of course, she started off peeling rubber down the street just to get my attention.
What'd you think when she did that?
I knew her enough, a little rascal, you know, and she just comes back with that little sly grin on her face.
Well, that's great. It's so great to have you guys here. You just celebrated your one-year anniversary last month in July. Here's to many, many more. Here's to a wonderful, happy marriage, okay? Thanks for sharing your story with us. Guy, quite a story, isn't it?
Oh, and we love this story, Joanne. Thank you. We'll be back for more cruising fun, but look at some more King Kong trivia and some new retro cars when we come back. Stay with us.
At the end of the movie, Kong meets his demise when he's gunned down by an airplane. The pilots who take him out are none other than the film's producer and director, who cast themselves as extras. Reportedly, by the end of production, they were so sick and tired of the big monkey, they wanted to be the ones to personally kill him off.
Get ready for some high-octane family fun during the incredible summer of racing at Spirit of Ford. Take the Pit Stop Challenge with Dale Jarrett's number 88 Taurus. Compete with slot cars and GameWorks video racing games. Your adrenaline will pump as you feel the speed in the new iWorks simulation film, Super Speedway The Ride. And get nose-to-nose with real race cars. Summer of racing is in full gear now at Spirit of Ford on Village Road in Dearborn, across from Henry Ford Museum in Greenfield Village. Open daily 9 to 5.
A taste bud is a terrible thing to waste. That's why Arby's created the new Barbecue Bacon Club. Sizzling thick-cut pepper bacon. And 2 mouth-watering sauces. Authentic barbecue sauce and zesty Western sauce. You're a grown-up. You have thousands of taste buds, and you want them all fully employed. Arby's new Barbecue Bacon Club. Just what it takes to satisfy your grown-up tastes.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
It's not over until it's over the top. Summer's still here, full force, at Cedar Point, park voted best on the planet. blink and you'll miss it. Only a few more weeks to go full force. The #1 and only Cedar Point.
Hey, what is your teeth?
Oh, you like them?
Yeah.
Why, thank you.
See your Michigan Dental Association dentist and smile on.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
If there's an expression that kind of sums up the Dream Cruise, it is that everything old is new again. And if you've been to the auto show the past 2 years, you keep seeing the major auto companies reaching back to the past for cars of the future. We saw it with the Cruiser 3 years ago from Chrysler.
And now they're all over Woodward Avenue.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
50,000 in sales this year.
Incredible. And you know what? It's happening again this year because we saw the SSR as a concept car earlier in the auto show.
People loved it.
They did love it. And guess what? We're going to get a chance to see it right now. Frank Turner is in Birmingham with the SSR. Hey, Frank.
Hi, and back here in Birmingham, you're right, we're with Chevrolet and the brand new Chevy SSR. What a beautifully unique, beautifully sculpted machine. You're looking at the purple haze variety right here, but hey, don't let the good looks fool you. This is one serious machine. I don't know, Kim, maybe too serious for you. What do you think?
Well, I don't know. No one that lets me in their car seems to leave the keys in it. Not sure what that's about. It's been 2 years since my accident, folks. Come on. I think I've earned the right to have some keys. It is a beautiful car, though, inside. I mean, it's a machine. The seatbelts alone are huge. These are racing seatbelts in here. The only concern of mine, I hate to be a girl, but, you know, this is the only vanity mirror, and I think I'm going to have trouble talking on my cell phone, putting on lipstick, shifting gears, and merging onto 696 in rush hour traffic as I normally do.
Well, you know,
that's my only concern.
Besides that, there are some other distinctive features. For instance, this has the unique quality of being a serious roadster up front with a lot of muscle and a pickup truck in the back with a lot of storage space. Now, we had the opportunity to put this through some paces, take it on the road, and talk to the car's designer. Here, take a look.
With a body built for cruising and a finish like glass, all wrapped around an engine made from muscle, this little hot rod loves the road. Its designer says you'll love the road in the SSR.
This SSR's got a 6-liter V8 and it's rear drive, so I mean, it's a real performance car. Chevy's got a great heritage of building performance vehicles and vehicles that have a lot of functionality. We brought all that together here in this concept.
Finding it a bit reminiscent, the Chevy SSR is General Motors' high-tech tribute to yesteryear. And no, you're not the first to think El Camino.
Is this a car or a truck?
Another great question. I think it's whatever you want it to be. It's a very fun vehicle. It's a real crossover vehicle because, yeah, it's a roadster. In some way, you can consider it a roadster because it is open air, but it's got this incredible functionality. It's got all that space in the rear that, you know, you can carry things along. It isn't just a throwback. This has got real contemporary execution.
Like brushed aluminum, generous bucket seats, modern shapes, and a retractable hardtop. Back when cruising Woodward was a daily pastime instead of an annual event, designing concept cars was far different. Unlike yesterday's clay models from sketches, today's clay is modeled by computer, where the SSR was completely designed. Plus, the futuristic visions of the past weren't always meant to be taken seriously.
In particular, back in the 50s, maybe even the 60s, they were considered dream cars or fantasy vehicles. Now, concept vehicles, yeah, they are exciting, and there's a real vision in the designs, but there's a lot of reality.
So now, everybody that gets real excited about an SSR, does that mean that they're certainly going to be driving one day?
Oh, put it this way, there's the potential. We have found that people of all ages enjoy this vehicle.
And if you're excited about the SSR the way that Kim is, and,
I'm very excited
you gotta
about
admit,
this.
she does look pretty good in the car.
Yeah, she does. Yeah. She made a remark about this being the vanity mirror, but actually when she leans out to put on her makeup, she can dry her hair too.
Kurt Ritter is the general manager at Chevrolet, and tell me, how soon could she actually be looking good in one of these in the Dream Cruise?
We're actually going to have production saleable to the public in the 02 calendar year, so not long.
Wow. And this car really crosses all lines. I mean, who do you see driving this?
Well, I think it's, you know, we look at 6-year-olds walking by telling their parents this is really cool, up to 60-year-olds. So, I mean, it's got a broad spectrum, but in reality, it's probably going to skew a little bit male, probably mid-30s to mid-40s.
And this is not just good looking. This idea of having the storage space in the back, this was really meant to be practical, wasn't it?
Well, it's practical. I mean, I think the style is going to draw you in, but the practicality in the back is really going to be helpful too. It's going to be a unique package here of a V8 small block Chevy, a retractable hardtop, storage in the back, and sometimes you come with designs that a lot of different manufacturers could put their badge on it. What was really unique about this and what the designers have done, there's only one badge that could go on this, and that's a Chevy Gold bow tie. It's pure Chevy.
All right, Kurt, thank you very much. And one of the things I love is this paint job. I mean, it just looks like glass. That's how brilliant that it is, and we'll look forward to seeing this in 2002. Guy and Joe, back to you.
It is sweet.
Yeah,
it is a
it's a
sweet
beautiful car, isn't
and
it?
now I know about Kim's driving habits. I'm eliminating 696 from my commute
Altogether.
route. Yeah. I'm just going to give her a wide berth.
I think that's a good idea. Hey, let's head out to Mary Conway, Northwoods 13 in Woodward. Hey, Mary, what's happening out there?
Well, and you know, anybody who saw the Dream Cruise special last year knows that Ed Ochwald was kind enough to give his lovely wife, Carol, this beautiful 66 Corvette hardtop. Unfortunately, Carol was so stunned she couldn't talk last year, but now she's back to visit with us about what a fun surprise this has been. What do you think?
Oh, it's been fantastic. I looked at the tapes last year afterwards and realized the world must have thought I was a real idiot going, duh. But it has been wonderful. We have had so much fun with this car. It has just been a riot. We've put about 8,000 miles on it in the year, and it right up to the first snowflake, and then she gets put away for the winter.
How does this rate as one of the events in your life?
I'd have to rate it as the third best thing. First time thing would be marrying him, the second the birth of our daughter, and the third would be this. Definitely rates right up there.
Well, thanks so much for joining us. This is a classic beauty. You know, we had the chance to see more than 300 of them today in Ferndale.
I like the motors, I like the cars, I like the shine of them. I mean, I like just about everything of them.
My favorite car is a Dodge Challenger, a Camaro, and
What kind of car do you want when you grow up?
A convertible, I guess. Because it's not so much caved in with it, because there's a lot of air around.
You like the cars?
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
The whole idea of the Woodward Dream Cruise grew out of the Ferndale Car Show. And once again, more than 300 beauties line 9 Mile. Everything from greased lightning to the epitome of elegance.
This brings back very good memories, teenage years, coming home from school, doing homework, having dinner, calling up friends, cruising Woodward, and just very good times. Lots of good friendships.
We used to start right here at 9 Mile and go all the way up to Ted's and turn around and come back. Hit all the drive-ins, Totem Pole, Dipsy Doodle right at 10 in Woodward. Pull in there and show off the cars. We'd always back into the spaces, meet a lot of folks, had a lot of fun. There's a lot of good, clean fun back in those days.
And an IMAX film crew is also here capturing the cruise. The movie is being made for the Henry Ford Museum IMAX Theater.
With IMAX, the screen is so large, you have to have things that are either very big or very numerous. And here we have these unbelievably beautiful automobiles and so many of them moving. It couldn't be better. It's perfect for Detroit.
They're focusing on the heart and soul of the cruise as experienced by a local family in their 1970 Red Cougar. Jim Johnson got the car from his father and is using it to teach his children.
This is a lot of fun. It just sort of came out of nowhere. I don't know, we're just having a ball with it.
Hi, how you doing?
What you doing?
Oh, I'm just recording the cars and talking on the phone at the same time.
Well, what were you telling that person about this show?
Oh, that it's absolutely great. They're on their way up in a few minutes.
Lots going on in Ferndale, too. As a matter of fact, Mustang Alley set up in Ferndale. 300 Mustangs from all different years set up in Ferndale. So Mustang owners loving that as well. Hey, stay with us when we come back. The car that started it all and the man with the memories behind the machine.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by the Eaton Corporation and the operating engineers, Local 324.
I think I'll have to slow your Mustang down.
Look inside almost any automobile in the world, and you'll find Eaton innovation. Eaton is a leader in helping make cars safer, more fuel efficient, comfortable, and fun to drive. It's Eaton, or it's obsolete.
We're operating engineers.
And we're working
to build strong communities. With good jobs
that support our families.
Working to protect the environment. Keep the economy humming.
And take you from here to there.
Working as skilled professionals.
Training a new generation to be
part of the construction team.
We're members of Operating Engineers Local 324.
Building relationships that work.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
Celebrate the #1 selling pickup in America. Now with huge savings. The Ford Authorized Clearance. You want tough? Get the one and only F-150. America's best seller just got better. Hurry, the Ford Authorized Clearance. Going on now at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Current lessees can lease an F-150 Super Cab for only $252 a month with $35.75 due at signing.
Yesterday, the quality of plans at your typical home improvement store was, well, a bit feeble. But today, there's Lowe's. They give their plans a little more room to grow and a lot more TLC. Their certified nursery specialists inspect each variety, then guarantee them for a full year. And of course, they're always at a great low price. Lowe's, improving home improvement. Lowe's is now open in Westland.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
The only thing bad about this ride that we've got here is that it doesn't have a radio. I mean, part of cruising is taking your tunes along with you, taking your music with you on the road.
That's for sure.
You guys have any, do you have a favorite cruising tune?
Britney Spears, does that count?
Oh,
just kidding.
Sure. My favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure.
How about you, Guy?
Get Out of Denver. Bob Seger.
It's your favorite?
Absolutely.
Well, okay, guess what? He made the top 10. The WOMC had 104 top cruising tunes of all time. And from 10 to 1, here we go. I Get Around, the Beach Boys.
Sure.
Number 9, Brown Eyed Girls, Van Morrison.
Yeah.
Number 8, Jenny Take a Ride, Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels. Number 7, Do-Wah Diddy, Manfred Mann. Remember that in Stripes?
Oh, yeah.
Number 6, Oh Pretty Woman, Roy Orbison. Number 5, My Girl, The Temptations. Number 4, Old Time Rock and Roll, Bob Seger. Number 3 is What I Say, Ray Charles. Number 2, Born to Be Wild by Steppenwolf. And number 1 is No Particular Place to Go by Chuck Berry. You know, I don't see Ricky Martin on this list.
No, neither do I.
And you never will.
And
No,
never
you won't.
will. Sandy, what are you listening to right now out there?
Well, hey, Dick, you forgot. Little GTO. Hey, I'm pulling a tiger tail. We're talking about GTOs, one of the favorite muscle cars of the 60s. You remember they had the name the Tiger. Of course, Pontiac never officially nicknamed them. Everybody who owned them did. The Goat. And, of course, then there was the Judge. Well, there's an interesting story how the Judge got its name. And it's one man in particular that helped promote Woodward Avenue and was part of the naming of the Judge. His name is Jim Wangers.
Ad campaigns like these introduced Woodward Avenue to the world.
Woodward Avenue became kind of a tool, if I may use that word, for Pontiac. And it really, and I will say this in all modesty, I think that Pontiac's advertising and marketing efforts did more to create this icon that we call Woodward Avenue or Woodwarding, than any other single thing.
Jim Wangers is the creative genius who helped make the Pontiac GTO and Woodward famous. More than just an ad guy, Wangers had the ear of top brass. In '69, he was part of reinventing the GTO. It was outrageous orange, carousel red to be exact, complete with pop art pinstripes, a hood-mounted tack, and a Ram Air engine. The flat rear spoiler was so bizarre for its time, one writer said it would double as a cheese board for picnics.
John DeLorean is completely responsible for this car being called the Judge.
Originally, the car was named the ET for elapsed time.
DeLorean says, you know, I've been watching television. I'm a pretty good television fan. And I keep seeing this show called The Laugh-In, you know, the Rowan and Martin thing. And I see this guy coming on every week screaming, here comes the judge, here comes the judge. You know, of course, that meant Judgment Day. We're all going to be judged, you know. Why don't we bring him the judge?
The Judge played into the 60s protest movement, a muscle car with characteristics that dared to be different.
Don't laugh at me or I'll blow your doors off. You know, this is really what the car said. And it was a huge success.
Thanks, Andy. The GTO, pride of the Pontiac division. But you know, the GTO is not just a special breed of car. It has a special breed of owners. Here today in Pontiac, where else? There have been 200 and even more GTOs up and down the loop during this weekend. In fact, we've got people from clubs all over, not only here from Michigan, but from Ontario, from Sweden, from Australia. They love these cars. These cars have a history, especially this particular one. We have John Salbrick joining us with Pontiac. He restores them. Tell us about this beauty. It really has quite a story.
Val, this is an original 64 GTO. It was sold back to us by the first owner, who felt he had gotten his money's worth out of the car after 20 years and 200,000 miles. And it's been lovingly restored to factory new condition by our GM UAW craftsmen and our GM salary people, so it's like you see today.
On display for the general public. We've got another beauty over here. Dave, take it away.
This is amazing. They look so different, but they're both GTOs. This is Bill Schultz. He's the president of the Woodward GTO Tigers. It's impressive with the number of GTOs showing up tonight. Tell us a little bit about this car and what's going on.
Well, Tom, this is fantastic. This turnout out here tonight is just unbelievable. Over 200 GTOs from around the United States and Canada have come out here tonight to commemorate the Woodward Dream Cruise and to participate in the giant GTO show tomorrow. And that is a Dream Cruise first, that many of one kind of car.
Where's the show tomorrow going to be?
The show tomorrow is going to be at Freedom Hill in Sterling Heights at the Metro Park, and they expect to have 300 or more GTOs out there. Great. And this classic 69 Judge, which is probably one of the coolest of the 60s muscle cars, is definitely one of the first.
It is gorgeous. He's got 4 of them, so that's why he's the president. We're going to go back to Joanne, Dick, and Guy. We've got some good cars here. I'm sure you do too.
All right, thank you, Dave. You may be wondering what GTO stands for. It's actually an Italian name. It's Gran Turismo Oblongata.
You say that so well, Guy.
And what that means, that's, yeah, I've been eating salami too.
In English, that's gas, tires, and oil.
That's right. That's what the owners say. They
I
do.
believe they do,
of
yeah. If you really want to be cool, though, when you cruise, there's some basic mistakes, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to make. And here's from the morning show that I do on OMC, Doc and Big Al to help you out.
Take a look at the thousands of dollars of Detroit iron going up and down Woodward Avenue today, and you've got to be impressed. But the Woodward Dream Cruise is about more than being impressed. It's about making impressions. So as a public service, we've put together a list of the top 7 mistakes you can make during the Woodward Dream Cruise. And here to demonstrate those mistakes is our own walking mistake, Big Al Muscovito. Number 7, holding up inappropriate signs. Number 6, putting your top down at the wrong time. Number 5, giving free dance lessons. Okay, number 4, misunderstanding the concept of a drive-through window. Number 3, reliving your prom. Number 2, not knowing where the Woodward Dream Cruise starts. And the number 1 mistake you can make at the Woodward Dream Cruise, not realizing the danger of following too close.
All right, now the funny thing about Big Al and his mistake at the drive-thru, the McDonald's here on Woodward Avenue has a car theme, and Dream Cruise Day today is the only day of the year they will actually serve people on foot or on bikes at the drive-thru window. Today's the day.
Should we talk about how he hit his head on the fist in Detroit by accident? We won't go there. Yes, he did.
He ran into the fist by mistake, and it knocked him out for 15 seconds. That's a true story.
Joe Lewis's last knockout.
I guess so.
At least the most recent. We'll be back with more from the Woodward Dream Cruise in just a moment. We hope you're having fun and that you'll stay with us.
Celebrate having it all. Safety and security, fun and excitement, plus big, big savings. The Ford Authorized Clearance. Ford Taurus gets 5 stars for safety. Gets even better with a great clearance deal. Hurry, the Ford Authorized Clearance going on now at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
I just want to celebrate, yeah.
Currently lessees can lease a Taurus for just $211 a month with $23.96 to its signing.
We love to see you smile.
Hey, at McDonald's, we know you're always looking for big values. So here's something you can really use. Check out the outrageous deals we've got going on.
Stop on by McDonald's for outrageous value days. Every Wednesday, our juicy hamburgers are just 39 cents each. And every Sunday, our delicious cheeseburgers are just 49 cents each. They're outrageous values on 2 outrageously great tastes.
We love to see you smile.
Stop by for outrageous deals.
Moms know there are a lot of germs out there. And kids seem to pick them up everywhere. There's one.
Kid, what you doing? Where you going, huh?
What can a mom possibly do?
Point for creativity, but not very practical.
Mom's right. It's much easier to help support their immune system with folic acid. It's found in fruits, vegetables, and soft, delicious Wonder Bread is a good source, too. So remember folic acid to help support their immune system. Wonder helps build strong bodies.
What is family fun? It's rides, it's games, it's food. It is the Michigan State Fair.
It's the best. I love the fair.
You'll see animals, free concerts, pie eating contests, and much, much more.
I like everything in my favorite.
Bring your family to this year's Michigan State Fair, the biggest, coolest, most incredible state fair around.
I'm like a little kid all over again.
Discover family fun at the Michigan State Fair, August 22nd through September 4th.
Riding along in my automobile.
Earlier, we showed you the Chevy SSR and showed you how the car designers now are incorporating ideas from the past into their automobiles, and there's no better example of that than the PT Cruiser. We caught up with the man responsible for its design and this phenomenon that has swept America.
It's smaller, but it's very confident. It wants to look like it has a good stance on the road, that it's roadworthy, that it's got big wheels and tires, and it's strong. It's self-confident.
The challenge for designer Brian Nesbitt was huge. First, invent a new kind of automobile. Create a brand new segment. Of course, it had to meet European dimensions and appeal to European taste, but it also had to sell in America as well. Early attempts like this Pronto concept and these early designs were a good start. But Nesbitt concluded they lacked passion, the emotional punch he was looking for. The car needed to be seen by Europeans as uniquely American. And in Paris, he had an epiphany. Americans, what are they known for? Their individuality.
We produce a lot of invention. We invent. And so it's this pioneering spirit, this individualism of the culture, and we wanted to capitalize on that individualism. So if we look at American automotive history, the genre that really communicates that individualism or personifies it is the custom car, the kind of hot rod.
And so the Retro Cruiser was born. A heartfelt salute to the Chop Street classics of the 30s and 40s. And it was welcomed to the world by young buyers and baby boomers alike.
We're the coolest old folks on our block. As soon as I saw this on paper, I knew I had to have one.
I love the styling, the ride, the handling. It's super.
Wow, what an absolutely fabulous car.
The proud parents of the new PT Cruiser admit they took some inspiration from the style and spirit of the cruisers on Woodward Avenue. They say they even considered naming the new baby Woodward.
Woodward is a popular term internally, so we've got the Woodward edition, I think, of the Prowler, and so there's you know, it's just very popular, so it's common dialogue. I think anything that has any kind of nostalgic aspect, you're like, oh yeah, I can see that on Woodward.
So it could have been the PT Woodward.
Coulda.
And you know, a lot of people have decided that they just had to have these PT Cruisers. In fact, they've already delivered 30,000 of them. There are 3,500 members of the PT Cruiser Club nationwide. About 300 of those are right here in Detroit. And they say that this is going to be an instant classic. Now back to another instant classic, Joanne Purton. Joanne?
All right, thanks very much, Mary. You know, this event, this wonderful Dream Cruise, couldn't take place without the corporate sponsorship. Principal sponsor of the Eaton Corporation, Bruce Taylor here, Senior Vice President. Great to have you with us.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Another great event, another great year.
Wonderful, just a wonderful event.
What does it mean to the company to be involved in the level you guys are?
You know, I wish I could say that it'd help us to sell more product, but we don't make any consumer products.
Yeah, right.
So for us, it's really about our support for the community and for the industry.
You want to do it years and years to come here?
That's what our plan is.
Yeah. Talk about how you think next year can be even bigger and better than this year. You almost think every year it can't get bigger and better, but it seems to every year.
I don't know. You're going to have to start importing cars from Europe or South America or somewhere. Are there any more left in Michigan?
Right. What do you want the public to know about your company? You mentioned it's not like people are going to go out tomorrow and buy things from Eaton Corporation. That's not how it works.
No.
But what do you want them to know?
Well, we're a very solid American Midwestern manufacturing firm that makes really highly reliable products for the automotive industry. And it's a company with a tremendous sense of responsibility to the community, to our employees, and to our customers.
Oh, and we appreciate your involvement with the Dream Cruise. Bruce Taylor, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Hey, great to have you here. We'll see you again next year.
Yeah, we'll be here.
All right, don't go away. We'll be right back with more from along Detroit's Boulevard of Dreams, Woodward Avenue. Stay with us.
My automobile, my baby beside me at the wheel. I stole a kiss at the turn of a mile. My curiosity's...
And now, from studio number 7, it's Arby's Roll Away with $1 Million contest.
Hi, I'm Mike Ashby from Arby's there. And our contestant is Don Loomis from Detroit. Don is getting ready to roll away with $1 million. Don, good luck.
Just a minute.
Too bad, but remember, in this game, everyone wins a weekend at the Traverse Bay Casino Resort. Our next contestant is Lenita Clark from Detroit. Lenita, good luck.
Come on, Arby's.
Will there be an Arby's roll away with $1 million winner? We'll be back later to find out.
A taste bud is a terrible thing to waste. That's why Arby's created the new Barbecue Bacon Club. Sizzling thick-cut pepper bacon and 2 mouth-watering sauces, authentic barbecue sauce and zesty Western sauce. You're a grown-up. You have thousands of taste buds, and you want them all fully employed. Arby's new Barbecue Bacon Club. Just what it takes to satisfy your grown-up tastes.
I just want to celebrate, yeah.
Celebrate the 5-star safety of Ford Windstar. Plus, get great model year-end savings during the Ford Authorized Clearance. Ford Windstar, complete with 40 standard safety features, anti-lock brakes, and available reverse sensing system, plus lots of room and comfort. The Ford Authorized Clearance at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
I just want to celebrate, yeah.
Current lessees can lease a Windstar LX for only $238 a month with $33.24 due at signing.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
No one gives you better values on Sealy bedding than Art Van. And now, truckloads of new Sealy and Sealy Posturepedic bedding have rolled in with special prices as low as $59 for each piece. Every firmness, size, and style of Sealy bedding is now 25 to 55% off, including Posturepedic styles. Plus, get a great double offer. Do not pay for 1 year, and we'll pay your 6% sales tax. And get free next-day delivery, or your mattress is free. Don't miss Art Van's huge Sealy truckload sale going on now.
I'm Carolyn Clifford, and here's your chance to get your kids their shots before school starts.
Healthy Living for Kids is Sunday, August 20th from 10 to 5 on Belle Isle. It's free, it's fun, with Action News people on hand to help.
Feel good about doing the right thing for your kids and babies, too. Presented by the Detroit Department of Health and WXYZ 7.
Baby, you can drive my car. Yes, I'm gonna be a star.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by Arby's and your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
Baby, you can drive my car. I love that line. And how many cars have we all seen that we would love to be driving up and down Woodward Avenue tonight?
Many, many.
Oh, you get a case of the gimmies coming out here, don't you?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
You want them all, that's for sure.
And I know that Frank Turner and Kim Adams are suffering from the same disease that we are. I'd like one of those and one of those, right?
You can just order them one at a time. You know, over here on Old Woodward Avenue in Birmingham is where some of the folks who like to park more than cruise. This has been a Chevy row all day today. A lot of great cars like this 67 Impala here. I'll bet a car like that has a great story. Wouldn't you think, Kim?
It does, actually. I talked to the owner, and he met his wife 25 years ago cruising Woodward. Isn't that sweet?
Okay, all right.
Oh, you know, I'm such a sucker for that. I thought it was sweet.
So
this
smart.
is sweet.
Now this is more like a museum piece. You know anything about that?
Absolutely. This is a 63 Impala, 409 cubic inch engine, factory dual quads, 425 horsepower, Paloma red, and they made a song after it. Do you know the song?
No.
She's so fine, my 409.
Okay, you got crypt notes in here.
I do not have crypt notes.
Where are you hiding the notes?
I know about
That's
cars,
remarkable.
Frank. You know another woman that knows about cars?
Yeah.
Sandy Hang. She was out last night in Berkeley, and she tells us about a cruise they had there last night. I'm not kidding, Frank.
I'm amazed.
We love the Dream Cruise, yeah! Check it out!
A quick turn off Woodward and you're on 12 Mile Road, Berkeley's main drag and home of the Classic Car Parade. 360 lucky entrants cruise through the village. Kids, chrome, moms, and memories.
I think it's great. We come here every year. We really enjoy it. We come back every year. We're here again. We'll be here next year.
Loving it, yeah. The evening was made in the USA. Lots of families and lots of fun.
Oh, it's fun. It brings back so many memories. Loved Woodward as a kid. Yeah, dragging from 11 Mile to 15 Mile, picking up those guys. And those girls picking up those guys. Yeah! That's pretty good.
And again, you were there last night in Berkeley.
Last night, my wife and I were the honorary chairman of the thing. It's 360 cars. They said it was remarkable. They form up in the cemetery at 12 Mile and Woodward, and then we zip down 12 Mile. It's quite a parade. Really. Wow.
You know, being cool is really hip to this whole cruising thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is being cool. Now, Big Al, who works with me in the mornings at Oldies 104.3, he's got a cruising kit, folks, that if you really want to be hip, this is the way to do it. Al?
Hello there, cruise fans. This is Big Al, your cruising pal. Wouldn't it be just Jim Dandy to be cruising down Woodward in this classic 1957 Thunderbird? Of course it would. But as cool as it looks now, it isn't exactly the automobile you need for a Michigan winter. And even if you don't count the maintenance, the insurance, or the storage costs, the problem is you have to leave it in the parking lot. How are you going to impress the ladies like that, you ask? How are you going to impress the ladies like that, you ask?
How are you going to impress the ladies like that?
I'm glad you asked. You need the all-new Big Al Cruiser Kit, the perfect way to bring your ride inside. No! The Big Al Cruiser Kit includes everything you need to make people believe you've got a cool cruiser. The kit comes with a phony ticket. You can say it's for tire burning, when in reality, it's only a jaywalking ticket. But wait, there's more. Your kit comes complete with a wallet with a complete collection of car photos, so you can talk even more about your car collection.
You own the Batmobile?
Quiet, my dear. You're giving away my secret identity. Last but not least, nothing says cruising Woodward like size. Ooh, a big engine is better than a little engine. Big tires better than little tires. But most of all, big furry dice are better than little furry dice. Oh, I know what you're thinking, folks. This kit must cost hundreds of dollars.
Get real.
$29.95.
Dream on.
$12.50.
Sorry.
Order now and we'll include a set of these solar-powered fuzzy dice fluffers. Yes, these can all be yours. Fake ticket, cheapo wallet with car pictures, fuzzy dice the size of the Upper Peninsula, and fuzzy dice solar fluffers for the incredible low price of anything I can get. Supplies are limited. These cruiser kits are not available in stores, on the phone, or the internet, or any place that has a decent reputation. Yes, you can just look for me. I sell them out of my trunk. Happy cruising.
Okay, I think we all want to be that cool, and that's the way to do it.
Oh,
Simple
it's
as
that easy, huh?
That gets the girls. That's Dana Mills and Lisa Jesswine there from the morning show, by the way.
Hell gets
Hey,
the girls.
we all gotta
Does
be
his
cool
rag
guys.
top come in the kit, too?
It's a good-looking hairdo. Some of the kids, skin it up to here now and then have it on. I was close to that.
Keep us warm tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, one of the hippest guys around, we all know this. Captain Dennis, as long as he leaves his Speedo at home. Hey, Captain, you're flying high above. How's it looking from where you are?
I have it underneath my Levi's. What do you mean? We're looking at that car, cool. Well, we're just a little south of 13 Mile, northbound Woodward Avenue, just really enjoying the sights and the sounds you can we say sounds, you can actually hear some of the revving up of the engines of GTO just a little while ago by Sandy. And boy, that was a hot car. There's a lot of cars also on the road, but what we saw too is a lot of rollerbladers and bicyclists and motorcyclists splitting the lanes here, having a ball going past these cars that pretty much stop both directions on Woodward Avenue. It's a pretty cool sight. Live from Chopper 7 over Woodward for the Dream Cruise. Dennis Newbacher reporting.
All right,
Dennis.
thank you, Dennis. Now, out here, you're going to see a lot of deputies enforcing the ordinances and the road rules, and some of them are closet cruisers themselves who do a little cruising on their own, maybe even burn a little rubber now and then. You're going to meet one when we come back.
We form partnerships early on in life. And a good partnership can make all the difference in the world. Maybe that's why groups who choose Delta Dental stay with Delta Dental, America's leading dental plan. For over 40 years, we've been providing dental plans that help people get the care they need and save money. So no matter where life takes you, choose your partner well. Delta Dental, right where you belong.
Moms know calcium helps build strong bones, but did you know it helps build strong minds, too? Neurons in your brain need calcium to transmit signals. Without it, they can be, well, a little slow. Let's see what happens when you give them soft, delicious Wonder Bread, a good source of calcium with vitamins and minerals.
Missy, go do your homework.
Let's go, guys. Time to do homework.
I've never seen anything like it. Calcium helps you remember things, too. So remember, Wonder helps build strong bodies and minds.
Come on, sweetie, you can do this. You're doing great. You're doing great.
Good.
You are so beautiful.
Okay, we can see the head. Jump.
Here
One more little push.
We did it.
Congratulations, Dad. It's a boy.
Oh, I'm not the father.
We just met in the hall.
Honey, directions to the hospital, 60% downloaded. Honey?
Really fast downloads. Another reason to get DSL. Just for the sheer excitement of it all.
TLC.
Life unscripted.
Welcome back to the Woodward Dream Cruise 2000. Not only is this a fun event and an event that it really is a good news story for all of Metro Detroit, it has a huge economic impact.
Huge.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, an economist was saying today that it brings in about 1/3 of what the money is brought in by the average Super Bowl city in any given year.
Wow.
And this is every year here, of course.
Yeah. And one thing that everybody agrees on is that they underestimate the estimate, because you really can't get a handle on how big this is.
Millions and millions. What figure have you heard from
55 million.
Wow.
55 million.
Not including all the catering and things like that.
And you get side streets with parties, and there's income from that, and people spending money for food, for anything to bring it in. Sure, it's all included.
And you can only do it here because there's only one Woodward Avenue in the whole world, and this is it. And you know what? Someone has been lucky enough to be cruising it tonight in a beautiful car. Sandy Hang, where on Woodward are you now, Sandy?
Well, we're, gosh, I don't even know. We're coming up on 13 Mile. It's taken us about an hour to go 1 mile. It's so much fun. This is our ride. This fabulous 57 Chevy Bel Air. Oh, it is sumptuous. We are so lucky. Rick Hanselman is our pilot today, and of course, we introduced you to Greg Carr a little bit earlier. He's our microwave man who's doing the bounce shot with Chopper 7. I love this car because of all of its nitty-gritty gizmos and fun. You remember this, guys? Isn't that cool? They just don't build cars like this anymore with these cute, cool little compartments and all the fun things. And I tell you what, we're having fun. These ladies have been following us. I'm in a pickup. We've got more classic cars behind us. Hey! What do you have here?
63 Buick Wildcat.
You having fun?
Oh, great time.
You having fun back there in the ladies in the back seat? Hey, yeah, we get the view. We don't have to watch where we're going. Ah, you get the view. You don't have to watch where they're going. We're having a blast here on Woodward. Hey, how you doing? Having fun? The crowd's having a great time. We're having a great time cruising it. We're holding up traffic, so we better go on over to Valcart.
Speak of holding up
Traffic. Well, you know what? It's one thing when you're riding around in one of these babies making the loop here in downtown Pontiac. Quite another when you are literally playing in traffic. Or should I say working? We're working hard. You know, it would be a lot more dangerous than it is if it wasn't for our special friends in the Pontiac Police Department. He's supposed to be off today. He's still working. Funny thing happened during these 3 years that the deputy chief has been helping us with traffic duty. He got bit by the bug, and now you had to buy a car.
Yes, this is my baby. I've been observing other guys enjoying themselves so I decided I was going to get the thrill of it myself.
As we say, let's go to the videotape.
I often drive them down Woodward, observing the other older cars participating, and I said that one day I'll be able to have a car of my own after I retire, but just so happened my dream was fulfilled before my retirement. How many officers have we got going to be out this?
So this year, for the very first time, instead of just planning, the deputy chief will be participating in the Dream Cruise. And his ticket to ride, a 1967 pampered Impala with a 327 under the hood.
Now, this is what you call an engine.
Tell me about the feeling when you take this baby out of the garage and get it out on the road. What's that like?
Like walking out of your job on a Friday, knowing that you don't have to go back in and you're just relaxing. It's just it's a relief.
And how does he compare driving his pristine classic to his police cruiser?
I will turn owning three of these cars down for this particular car.
Even though they're both Chevys?
They're both Chevys. But this is the real Chevy.
Really thank Deputy Chief because he brought his baby, as he says, brought it out in the rain that day, and I know that broke your heart.
Yes, normally it's in the garage, out of the weather. I normally drive my newer vehicle in the rain.
But you're not the only one that got bit by the bug. It also passed along to some other folks in the department. Dave's going to tell us about that.
Here with Police Chief Larry Miracle, and we're keeping tabs on it tonight. Now, I know you've got a fancy Camaro here. What year is this?
It's a 67 Camaro.
It's a beautiful car, but I understand you guys got it under some bad conditions.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but the car was confiscated from a drug dealer. It was in a little bit rougher condition, and then we refurbished it, painted it, and fixed the interior.
So fixing it up and making it look so good, you must have a good reason to do all that?
Yes, it's basically to help us sell the city of Pontiac and to promote kids. It's a good way to build up a rapport with young children.
Absolutely. So hot cars for a good cause.
Yes.
We appreciate it very much. It's been a good night. It's getting a little rowdy around here, but we got the police chief to take care of things. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape, guys.
Yeah, we thank you for the weather again, Dave. I'm telling you, because we were talking with the chief there, you know, classic enthusiasts, they don't like when their cars get wet, as you mentioned there. So it's a good thing it was a beautiful day today.
Even though they've got enough wax on it so that the rain doesn't even stay on but a moment and it rolls right off.
Exactly. Oh, well.
And we've got to roll right into a break. We'll be back with more for the Dream Cruise after this. Whoa, there are backseat buddies back there.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by Lowe's and Murray's Discount Auto Stores.
Yesterday, if an appliance died, you had to wait an eternity to get a replacement from a typical home improvement store. Today, Lowe's says no more. Now the biggest selection of state-of-the-art brands are always in stock. Sleek appliances from GE, Whirlpool, Maytag, and Frigidaire at guaranteed low prices. Ready to take home right now? Or delivered to hungry people in 24 hours. Lowe's, improving home improvement. Lowe's is now open in Howell.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at that discount price. Get cruising.
Time flies at Dodge, where right now you can save big on almost everything. Get the best, far and away the best cash allowance on Dodge Caravan. We're talking big, bigger than big, or get even more. Low APR plus cash allowance that could save you over $4,000. Most generous savings on Dodge Caravan. Big savings, limited time, almost everything. At Dodge, different. But hurry, while time is still on your side.
Out here, it seems the wind never stops blowing. Build and remodel homes here, and you soon learn what you can and can't trust. Contractor John Miranda trusts only one window, Anderson. Ask him to use anything other than Anderson, and he'll ask you to sign a release, so his reputation remains solid. Worry-proof, time-proof, Anderson Windows.
Here is the builder using quality Anderson products in your area.
He's the ultimate king of swing, but he's no match for the monkey business of Second City. After the cruise, catch the Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9 on 7.
Believe it or not, some local schools are already starting back. We'll have that story plus weather and traffic for you on the 7th starting Monday morning at 5 a.m. right here on Action News.
It's a nice night for classic cars and a classic movie here on Channel 7 with King Kong coming up at 9 p.m.
Yeah, Jessica Lange. That was her first movie. Not 1933, you guys. She wasn't around
then, was she?
No, she was not.
I don't think so.
1976, something like that, I think it is. But anyways, that was her first movie.
First movie. Nobody would have thought that she was an Academy Award winner, potentially Academy Award winner after that movie.
I didn't even know she made that movie.
Well, that's why.
I've never seen this movie.
Well, see, you're going to have to watch tonight at 9 o'clock.
I've never seen the original either.
Oh, well, you know what, though? We are catching you up in case you haven't seen this movie either on lots of King Kong trivia here as the night goes on. So let's take a look at another piece of trivia that you can use as you're watching the movie tonight.
We don't know exactly which native dancer it is, but one of these is the famous American athlete Jim Thorpe, who moonlighted in the 1930s doing film work.
Really?
Really? Yes. Don't know which one, but he was in there, so there you go. Hey, have you noticed our beautiful set tonight? We've got some really neat, the car here and the Coca-Cola stand and whatnot came from a place called
Yesterday's. Really? And they specialize really in nostalgia and decor to make your family room or maybe a party extra special.
Kim Adams is going to tell us more about that. She's in Birmingham with Frank. Hey, guys.
You know, Kim, I do believe that is the original 425 horsepower, 409 cubic inch engine in this 63 Bel Air.
Actually, yes, it is, Frank. But you forgot to mention that it is the close ratio 4-speed transmission with the positive traction differential.
Well, I was going to leave that for Bob, the owner of this car.
I'm sorry. I
since
took it out. I'm sorry.
You know, Bob, out of all the cars that you could have picked to restore, what made you pick this particular model?
Well, it's my old dual quad 4-speed positive traction 409. That's what we had when we were kids, Frank. You know, that's what this is all about, folks. You know, the recreation of our youth and childhood, and
bring the good days back to life.
Bring the good days back. Let's do them over again. They were probably. Well, maybe not as good as we remember them, but
but awfully good, like this machine's been to you, huh?
You bet, you bet. I've had a lot of fun with this thing, I know, and you know, it's always does my heart good to have somebody come up and they look at it and smile. I know that they're enjoying looking at it, and
well, I know
they know what they're looking at too.
I know Kim's really been enjoying it, and she knows an awful lot about it too, don't you?
I certainly do, and you know, I met a guy that knows just as much, if not more, about cars than anyone here. He's an amazing man, loves cars so much he opened his own classic car showroom. Take a look.
Meet Howard Weaver. 7 years ago, he and his wife Norma decided to fill this little shop in Ann Arbor with, well, just about anything a car collector could ask for.
Die-cast cars are probably one of our biggest items here. We have them from 1995 up to, who knows what, I think about $500. Oh, the gasoline globes are pretty well all reproductions, but there's probably 150 different types. Tin signs, street signs, a lot of neon signs.
And car items aren't the only things Howard collects. A quick walk through the shop's ice cream parlor, and you'll discover even more of his interesting finds, like this 1940s Whizzer motorbike.
I lived out in the country, and you could had to ride my bicycle to school. This was a big improvement.
But Howard's biggest collection is, of course, cars. And he has several barns full of treasures, including the very first car he learned to drive when he was only 13.
So where's the car that you...
Over in the corner, the little green job. Folks bought it, it was 1931. The folks bought it in 1936, paid $50 for it. Try it out if you want. We could get 5 of us in there.
5 of you fit in here?
Yeah, we get 3 in the seat and 2 would sit in that little compartment up and back.
You would think with such an expensive collection of cars, like this all-original 1950 Studebaker, Howard would be quite protective. But instead, he's almost excited to have someone get in and test each one out.
Climb in and try that out. That's royal comfort.
So, which one is his favorite?
It's sort of whatever I'm driving, I think. I enjoyed the Buick when we had it out last week, and tonight we're going to take the Chevy, I think. But
so many choices.
Yeah, it's tough.
I bet.
You know, Kim knows a lot for a gallon of poodle skirt.
You know what? I've taken up a collection, and there's a lot of money in it for me if I can get you to wear the poodle skirt next year.
Stay poor.
Let's go ahead and toss it on over to Sandy. Sandy?
Well, we're actually cruising down Woodward. If you can see us from Chopper 7, we're that beautiful 57 tropical turquoise Chevy Bel Air. We're having a great time. Look at the crowd is having fun, of course. And, you know, there's a lot of families out here, and people are out here since this afternoon lining up with their lawn chairs. Hey, check out the Cadillac back there. That 59 is a beauty. Let's go talk to him and see what's going on. Hey, how are you doing back here? Pull up alongside us. We got to see this beautiful car. Come on, pull up alongside us. Are you having fun?
Oh, I'm having a great time.
Pull up. We need you to pull on forward, so I want everybody at home to see this. Is this a beauty? It's a 60 Cadillac. Are you having, you got all family and friends in here?
This time.
Tell me a little bit more about your car.
Well, I found it out in an old farmer's field.
And you brought it back to life?
Well, in a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way. Well, you guys have a great time tonight.
Oh, we are having a great
And enjoy.
time.
Hey, we'll see you. Take care. There's a lot of people along Woodward Avenue. As you can see behind us, there's a lot of folks, you know, people cruising in their Mustangs, their Corvettes, some of the classics. We've got an older GMC pickup here behind us. Now, does this officially qualify to be cruising in? Should you be cruising in this?
Oh, yes, definitely. Cruising anything.
What year is it?
72.
72. 72 pickup. Well, we'll be right back with more from Woodward Avenue. We're having fun. Stay put. We'll bring it all to you in just a minute.
My baby beside me at the wheel. I stole a kiss at the
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by Arby's and your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers.
Cruising and playing the radio with no particular place to go.
And now, from studio number 7, it's Arby's Roll Away with $1 Million contest.
Hi, I'm Mike Ashby from Arby's, and our contestant is Debbie Benenda from Madison Heights. Debbie's getting ready to roll away for $1 million. Too bad, but remember, in this game, everybody wins a weekend at the Traverse Bay Casino Resort. Our next contestant is Terry Snyder from Pontiac. Terry, roll away for $1 million.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Our next contestant is Pat Lazinski from Sterling Heights. Pat, good luck.
Come on, Aunt Katie, let's do it for the kids.
Oh, too bad. On behalf of Arby's and all of our contestants in the Roll Away with $1 Million contest, thanks for watching.
A taste bud is a terrible thing to waste. That's why Arby's created the new Barbecue Bacon Club. Sizzling thick-cut pepper bacon. And 2 mouth-watering sauces, authentic barbecue sauce and zesty Western sauce. You're a grown-up. You have thousands of taste buds, and you want them all fully employed. Arby's new Barbecue Bacon Club. Just what it takes to satisfy your grown-up tastes.
Sure, other places sell movies, books, music, and computer stuff, but here's why our customers think Media Play is best.
Media Play has won my business over.
And that's because?
That's because of selection, price, and service.
Okay, let's say we're over at one of those other places.
They're more expensive.
They don't have
as big a selection.
There's never anybody around.
Prices for the CDs are much better here at Media Play.
You've got what I want here.
I'm coming here from now on.
Media Play is fun. I just want to celebrate, yeah.
Celebrate the one
truck that does it all, and all with huge savings. The Ford Authorized Clearance, regular or Super Cab. Ford Ranger's the best-selling pickup in its class. Now it's even better. Hurry, the Ford Authorized Clearance at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers now.
I just wanna celebrate, yeah.
Current lessees can lease a Ranger XLT regular cab for only $138 per month with $18.72 due at signing.
What is family fun? It's rides, it's games, it's food. It is the Michigan State Fair.
It's the best. I love the fair.
You'll see animals, free concerts, pie eating contests, and much, much more.
I like everything in my favorite.
Bring your family to this year's Michigan State Fair, the biggest, coolest, most incredible state fair around.
I'm like a little kid all over again.
Discover family fun at the Michigan State Fair, August 22nd through September 4th.
The set of Skull Island was used again in another classic movie. It was doused with kerosene and set on fire for the dramatic scenes of Atlanta burning in the film Gone with the Wind.
Some more wonderful shots from Woodward Avenue tonight as the Dream Cruise probably starts to wind down, but while Woodward is still packed with people, and you know, the effort this takes, the undergoing that this is, the amount of people involved. We want to introduce to you now Karen Hall. You know her, but she event coordinator for the Dream Cruise. Another successful night. Thanks for being with us to talk about it.
Great event. It's just been wonderful. It's the weather, the people, the crowd. It's just the friendliest event that you could possibly have. It's truly family fun.
The safety thing is what strikes me, Karen. I mean, there's no problems. I'm sure they have little minor stuff that we don't hear about much,
Year
but
after
nothing
year.
serious.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years in a row.
That's correct, and I think we have to give all the credit to the drivers and all the people that come to this event. They truly love it. They understand the importance of being safe, of why we encourage them and don't want them to do burnouts, why we want the crews, the curbs to be clear. It's just really important, and it'll continue for years. And
It's the biggest thing I know that goes on in this whole area.
Yeah. And economically, a big thing, too, as we talked about earlier. Economically,
what is the impact?
It's been estimated that the economic impact is over $55 million just to Oakland County. By the time you have the food and the hotels and the gas and all the things that people bring to it, and it's just wonderful because families can come and spend a few bucks or...
Now, is that split evenly with the 7 communities, or don't you want to get into that?
Well, each community does its own thing and keeps its own accounting, so it's overall, it's a whole community effort. That's what this is all about.
Well, Karen, and it's been starting earlier and earlier every year. Of course, today the official Dream Cruise, but we look forward to another successful year next year as well.
Yes, we want to thank everybody for coming. It's been wonderful.
Hey, good.
Great event,
Karen,
safe
thank
event,
you.
family event, beautiful.
And safety is the most important thing. Hey, let's go to Mary Conway. She's been out and about enjoying it and talking to people loving this Dream Cruise all day and night long. Mary?
Well, and we're right on the corner of 13 and Woodward, and we want to give you an idea of just some of the beautiful cars that are going by. In fact, here's a fabulous Boss 302 just going by. This is street level. This is what everybody came out to see. Everybody taking pictures of everybody else. Some of the people actually trailered their cars in because they didn't want to put any more miles on them. But you see classics of virtually every year that are going by. Didn't think you'd see a Pinto here, did you? And all the different things that you see. There are some girls. Having any fun, girls? And we want to show you just some of the hundreds of people that are out here that have been having a good time tonight. And that's one of the things that you really hear about with the Dream Cruise is how positive it is. Now, I want to hear from the crowd. Anybody having any fun? Anybody loving the Dream Cruise? We want to turn right back to the street now to show you here goes a beautiful Corvette. And for the most part, people have been behaving themselves, not peeling out, not causing too many problems, but everywhere you look, a fabulous classic. And so now let's check in with Sandy, who's been lucky enough to be at street level all evening and see some beautiful classics tonight, Sandy?
I don't know if you can see there's a lot of smoke. Somebody just did something very naughty. That's a burnout. Hey, check out my Buick Grand National jacket. We've been having a good time. Hey, these guys behind us have been haunting us. They've been dogging us, following our Channel 7 vehicle. It's because it's so much fun out here. Everyone's been hey, you guys having fun? A lot of people have been on the sidelines. Some of them have the little scorecards. Hey, stop right here. We got to check you out. What do you got?
It's a 32 Flyboy with a 49 flathead, blown flathead in it.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Great night.
Hey, enjoy the ride tonight. We were out earlier this afternoon, and there were a lot more families out. We took a stop at one of the best-kept secrets along Woodward Avenue. That's Murray's Auto. Michael Klein is CEO turned water boy.
Here you go, here you go, here you go. Ready? 1, 2. There we go, one more.
Murray's Auto Supply is passing out 28,000 bottles of water, quenching the thirst of customers turned cruisers.
Well, it's a chance really for us to say thank you for all the customers. You know, every year they're here day in and day out, and this is our one chance to just saying thank you to them.
Murray's is a popular pit stop with tons of freebies. Everything from wash to wax, Murray's mascot giving away the goods. And a lot of rock and roll for families.
This is the one chance, the one time a year when Detroit shines brighter than anyone, when families can just go up and down the street, just walking, having fun, watching the fathers point out the cars to their sons. Just a great event.
And, of course, the free temporary tattoos for the fearless. And if there's any question if they're temporary, you can't even see it anymore. It's already rubbed off here tonight. Murray's is a great place, a good time to have fun. Hey, you enjoying the ride? It's a blast out here. You know, I tell you, this is the best way to see the cruise. Be in the cruise, guys. I hope I can do this again next year, because this is styling.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah, our styling car in front of us doesn't go anywhere, Dad.
No,
you know?
we don't move.
No, we don't.
Move at all.
That's great, Sandy. Looks like fun. We're going to go back to Dave Rexroth out in Pontiac, and I know you got a question for him.
Yeah, Dave, I know you're new in town.
Yeah.
I heard something about your first car and a very interesting license plate.
Oh, yeah. My first car was the infamous, not the famous, but the infamous Ford Pinto. You remember the explosion problem with it?
I do.
Well, it was a Ford Pinto, and the license plate was DOA.
Oh, no.
I got rid of that one pretty quickly.
My brother took a picture of it and got an A in photography class, so I guess that was one good thing about it. We're here with Dan and Joyce Nichols. Tell me a little bit, Dan, about your car.
This is a 48 Chevy convertible, all custom. It's got a big block 454 motor in it. Automatic transmission. Dash is all digital. It's got air. It's like a brand new car.
It's got everything. I tell you what, we're gonna go for a little spin. Let's take it for a little ride here. It's smooth as the day it was made. I tell you what, this is a gorgeous night. It's a little bit chilly now. I know you got your jacket on, but at least the old cars weren't overheating. It was absolutely fantastic around here. I wanted to say thanks to Val. This was my first time in Pontiac and part of the big cruise, and it's been a wonderful special. Yeah, it's been really great.
All right, guy, take it away.
This is really not just Dream Cruise night. It's become almost Dream Cruise week. It started Tuesday night that we really started things cooking along. Joining me live, the mayor of Dream Cruise, really, the mayor of Royal Oak, Dennis Cowan. It really has grown and gotten larger every year.
Well, it stands on its own now. It's a premier event in Michigan.
Now, have you noticed, as I have, the out-of-state plates that we see now?
Well,
here?
a lot of them were parked on my street this morning, which isn't too far away. Sure, we're getting people coming from all over the country and really all over the world now for this event.
Is there a concern, as we see it getting bigger and bigger, that it will become unmanageable, or with every year have you been able to kind of increase your resources and your infrastructure to handle it?
We have, and the committee does a great job, and all 7 cities do a great job trying to plan. We hope it doesn't become unmanageable, and that's really why it's a one-day event, although there's a lot of unofficial events all throughout the week, because we really put a strain on some of our folks for this one day. But for one day, I get to be the mayor of $1 million.
You know, we've been saying 1.5 million because I think that's kind of just an armchair estimate that people are throwing around. Do we really know?
Well, we do. The Police Command Center has verified that we're up to 1.5 million, which is a leap from last year, and easily over the last like 24 hours or so, because Friday night was huge, over 2 million people.
Now, we were also talking, I know Brooks Patterson, we had an economic impact statement from him where he said $55 million, and then the next breath he says, but I got to tell you, we know that we're understating it. Is there any way you can get a handle on that?
Not yet, unless we have the economists come in. But clearly, this is a big boost, and really, South Oakland County gets to show off its very best this day. And we rely upon the goodness of people to come out here and have a great time, and they do.
And it really is a testament to the goodness and to the common sense of the people of Metro Detroit that we can get 1.5 million people out here and not have any incidents.
Well, we always seem to sell ourselves short in Southeast Michigan.
I think so.
And for one day, we can show that government can work, the private sector can work, and people as a whole can be friendly to one another and have a great time and really enjoy themselves.
Well, I know you tip your hat to the people of this area who do show their best side every time that the world looks upon Woodward Avenue for this event.
Well, and we start the planning tomorrow. And one of the things we always look at is how was the crowd. This has been an absolutely tremendous crowd. They've really been great, and that's what keeps this event going. If the crowds changed, maybe the event would change. But for right now, we got great crowds, and it's going to keep on going.
So far, those planning meetings are doing good things. So get a good night's sleep, Dennis.
I will. It'll start tomorrow.
And we'll see you next year.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
We're back with more in just a moment from the Woodward Dream Cruise 2000. Stay with us.
Channel 7's presentation of the Dream Cruise is brought to you in part by the Eaton Corporation and the operating engineers, Local 324.
Look inside almost any automobile in the world, and you'll find Eaton Innovation. Eaton is a leader in helping make cars safer, more fuel efficient, comfortable, and fun to drive. It's Eaton, or it's obsolete.
We're operating engineers.
And we're working
to build strong communities.
With good jobs
that support our families.
Working to protect the environment.
Keep the economy humming.
And take you from here to there.
Working as skilled professionals.
Training a new generation to be
part of the construction team.
We're members of Operating Engineers Local 324.
Building relationships that work.
Moms know calcium helps build strong bones, but did you know it helps build strong minds, too? Neurons in your brain need calcium to transmit signals. Without it, they can be, well, a little slow. Let's see what happens when you give them soft, delicious Wonder Bread, a good source of calcium with vitamins and minerals.
Missy, go do your homework.
Let's go, guys. Time to do homework.
I've never seen anything like it. Calcium helps you remember things, too. So remember, Wonder helps build strong bodies and minds.
Waxes, polishes, name brands, all the parts. At Murray's Discount Auto Stores, you'll find everything you need at a discount price. Get cruising.
Enjoy all the comforts of home before you get there. The Acura TL.
The Cinema 7 classic King Kong, tonight at 9.
Riding along in my automobile. My baby beside me at the wheel.
Oh, you're just looking at some of the 1.5 million people enjoying the Woodward Dream Cruise 2000. As we reflect back on this big event, I know that next year that there's going to be a new Burton here that will probably be taking my place in a few years.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Why? What
Genetically engineered.
Right.
What are you talking about?
No, not you. Or not.
Are you
You're
pregnant?
talking about me, I
Yes.
guess, here. Yes, December.
You never tell me a thing.
Was I supposed to tell you and Mom? No, December 1st, yes, what, 3 months and a week away. Week and a half away, I guess.
Don't hold your breath.
Doing great. Yeah, exactly. I shouldn't, exactly. Hopefully not a full 4 months,
You were 3
right?
weeks overdue.
Oh, gosh. Yeah,
Yeah, don't carry out the
8'6",
tradition.
the smallest baby Mom had, so
Oh.
we'll see. But, yes, next year, he or she will have to make a little appearance on the show.
We hope
perhaps.
so.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
that'd be kind of neat.
Yeah, it's been a great night here. You know, what a great time for families, what a great time for car enthusiasts. Just a fabulous event all
Yep.
the way around. And
I haven't seen a single cherry Coke tonight, have you?
no.
I've been
No,
thirsty.
I forgot to look for any.
I would like a cherry Coke. Guy in the back, you can't see his hair, but it's in a DA.
That's right. Let's go upstairs to Dennis Newbacher, who's in the real flying machine here.
You bet. You know, we're planning to head here, too. Last night we saw a very efficient removal of the cars from Woodward Avenue. It starts right around 10 o'clock, where all the mile roads and all the half-mile roads, police will block the road, and you're forced to go either east or west on 13 or 12, 11, onto Catalpa and all the other roads, too. So that's something we'll see a little bit later on this evening, but right now there's a lot of traffic, and this is the most we've ever seen on Woodward Avenue. Mary, it is a ball. I'm sure you're having a ball where you are this evening, too.
Oh, it is just fabulous. This is the vantage point from 13 in Woodward. We want to show you the people going by. Loving every minute of it. You can see some of the classics, just one after another. Beautiful Cadillacs, gorgeous pickup trucks, people doing some naughty things, hopefully not too many. Gorgeous Mustang going by. But what a fabulous evening, and the crowd wants to say goodbye from here, from Northwoods. Everybody say bye-bye. It has been another fabulous night at the Dream Cruise. As we say goodnight to all the classics, let's go check in with Birmingham with Frank and Kim.
All right, thanks, Mary. Well, you know, Della Reese was touched by an angel in this 57 Chevy, so we're going to go cruising.
We'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot. Val and Dave, back to you.
Bye.
You know, as always, it's been another incredible night, but the party's just getting started here in Pontiac. Live entertainment coming up at the Phoenix
Absolutely.
Center.
It's kind of a shame, too, that things are winding down. You know, it was just picking up the pace. We actually got a ride there for a little bit, so we may be headed out for another convertible here, but it's been a gorgeous night, and it's been a lot of fun. As I said, it's just beginning. It's only 9 o'clock. The hour is still young, so lots going on in Pontiac. If you haven't been up yet, head north. Let's take it out now to Sandy. She's been out and about all over the place. Sandy?
Well, Dave, I'll see you first thing tomorrow morning on Action News Sunday morning, but what a glorious day. You couldn't ask for better weather. The temperatures were wonderful. The rain stayed away, and the cruisers are all out having fun, having a good time, including all of us at Channel 7. It has just been one of those days you enjoy coming into work and celebrating what has made all of us great. I got to show you these guys next to me. 56 Chevy Bel Air. What is that, a 210 body style?
Right.
Beautiful. You guys have a wonderful night tonight. Where are you headed afterwards? Hold on 1 second. Pull over. I got to talk to this guy. How's it been?
Great.
What's your favorite part?
All the cruising, all the way.
All the way. Does this bring back some good memories?
Oh, yeah. I like it.
You enjoy that Bel Air tonight. You guys be safe, enjoy. And everybody there at home, thanks for watching and thanks for looking and thanks for having a good time along with us. And let's celebrate again something that's made us great. These wonderful, wonderful cars. Back to you guys.
Yeah, it makes the city shine. It really does.
The only suggestion that I have to improve it is next year I think we ought to schedule it in the summer.
Yeah, right. It's awfully cold.
It's a little brisk out here.
Yeah, right.
But again, as we've said over and over again, cars loved it today because no one was breaking down and overheating and all that. You know, someone said that actually Austin Craig, the one with the Mustang, who's owned 22 Mustangs in his career, said what he loves about the Dream Cruise more than anything is that there's not an event that's held where people are smiling almost all the time.
Yeah.
But you just see people so happy, whether it's cherishing old memories that they feel or just bringing the family out. It's incredible.
You won't see this anywhere else in the world.
No.
Nor should
like
you.
This
is the World Automotive Capital, and this is where it belongs.
Yeah, very unique.
We want to thank Larry Payne and the great folks at Dugan's for once again being our hosts here and supplying us with Big Chief burgers and special sauce. Also to yesterday's collection, the folks that gave us our set pieces, our lovely Chevrolet here and our Coke stand. We also want to give a very special happy birthday to the man who has risked his life this evening in the street along the edge of Woodward. He's right behind us here. He's the man that's giving you that shot right now. Andrzej Milosz celebrating his 30th birthday tonight.
Happy birthday, Andrzej. And speaking of people taking the pictures and behind the scenes, you see us here and you see all the reporters out here, but my gosh, this is such a team effort. There are so many people involved behind the cameras, everywhere involved, and our hats off to all of them because we couldn't be on the air here with all of them. So,
but where's the food?
But where's the food?
Break time. It is time for us to have a little fun and do a little cruising. We hope you've enjoyed Woodward Dream Cruise 2000, and we invite you to come back and join the newest Burton with us next year.
I can't
wait.
Take
care. Drive safely.
Good night.